Once Upon a Time Stories from Leicester Library's Neighbourhood Services. I'm Sandy, and the story I want to tell you today is called King Mop, Master of All Masters. And when this story happened, there were fun fairs once a year, usually in the autumn. And people would go there and there'd be rides and nice things to eat and stalls, but it was also where people went to get a job. It was a hiring fair. So everyone would come, children as well, because they had to work then, and you would wear something to show what kind of job you had. So if you were a shepherd, you might have a bit of wool in your hat. If you were going to work in a house, in a big house, then you might have a broom or a mop. And little Molly was there with her brothers and sisters, and she had a mop to show that she was going to work in a house and do the cleaning. So time went by and people got chosen and more people got chosen. On off went the brothers and off went the sisters, and Molly was the only one left until just before it was getting dark. Up came a funny-looking little old man, and he looked Molly up and he looked Molly down, and he said, "What's your name, girl?" "Molly," she said, looking as smart as she could, standing up tall. "You'll do, Molly Mop," said the little old man, and he made the agreement with Molly's parents, and then off they went, a-walking and a-walking. He was quicker than Molly thought. She had to run to keep up, and up the hill they went, and down into the valley, and off the hard road, and onto the soft grass, and through a tunnel of trees that arched up right over your head. And when they came out of the tunnel, there in front of them was a long, low cottage with a straw thatched roof. And the little old man stopped, and he said, "Now, Molly Mop, then, what would you call me then?" And Molly thought, "Oh gosh, well, he's my new boss. He's the master. So master," she said, or sir. "No, no, no," said the little old man. "I'm Don Nippery Septo, King Mop, master of all masters, and don't you forget it." So Molly ran after him into the house. "And what would you call this then?" the old man said. "A house," said Molly. "Or a cottage," she guessed. "No, no, no," said the little old man. "This is the castle of Straw Bungle, and don't you forget it, Molly Mop girl." In front of them was a lovely fire, a warm, glowing fire, and the old man stretched his hands out. "And what would you call this, Molly Mop girl?" he said. "Fire," said Molly, or flames, sir, whatever you please." "No, no, no," said the little old man. "That's hot smoulder glow, and don't you forget it." And he bent to stroke a black and white cat beside the fire. "And what would you call this, girl?" he said. "A cat, or a kitten, or whatever you please, sir," said Molly, just looking. "No, no, no," said the little old man. "That's white-faced pickpocket, and don't you forget it. And here," he said, "a bucket of water. What's this then, Molly Mop girl?" Water, or wet, or whatever you please, sir," said Molly, just guessing as much as she could. "No, no, no," said the little old man. "That's Pondalorum, and don't you forget it, Molly Mop girl. And here, this is your work." He held up some washing, some muddy old trousers. "And what are these then, girl?" "Trousers," said Molly, "or breeches, whatever you please, sir." "No, no, no," said the little old man. "That's squibs and crackers, and they need scrubbing. Don't you forget it, Molly Mop girl." And then he sat down in a big old chair and stretched out his feet for Molly to take his boots off. "And what are these then, Molly Mop girl?" he said. "It's your boots, sir, or shoes," said Molly, guessing again. "But no, no, no," said the little old man. "They're my hay-down treaders, and don't you forget it. Now, you'll sleep there," he said, pointing to the corner. And Molly looked down, and there was a little wooden bed. "And what do you call that, Molly Mop girl?" the old man said. "Bed," said Molly, or a cot, Whatever you please, sir. No, 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 the little old man said. That's your 40-wink flop sack, and don't you forget it. And I'll be up there. That's where I'll sleep tonight, girl. And what do you call these then? He said, pointing to the stairs. Stairs or steps, sir? Said Molly, quite confident, guessing now. No, 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 said the little old man. That's the wooden hill, and don't you forget it. And I'll be off there, and see you in the morning. And he bid her good night, and off he went. So Molly lay down in the little wooden bed, and the fire was glowing, and the cat was sleeping, and she tried to sleep, but all of those words and this strange situation kept her tossing and turning, and then all of a sudden there was yow! A shrieking and howling, and Molly sat up, and she opened her eyes, and she saw what she saw, and straight away up the stairs she ran, and she's shouting, Nippery Septo, King Mop, Master of all masters, come quick! White-faced pickpocket, the hot smoulder glow, quick, come down to get the Pundalorum and throw it on poor white-faced pickpocket, or I fear the whole castle of Straw Bungle will be all hot smoulder glow if we don't hurry soon. So up jumps Don Nippery Septo, and he grabs hold of his squibs and crackers, and he pulls on his hay down treaders, and he runs down that wooden hill, and he grabs the Pundalorum, and he throws it on poor little white-faced pickpocket, and with a shushing and a swooshing, the smoulder glow goes out, and the great castle of Straw Bungle is saved. Thank you, Molly Mop Girl, said Don Nippery Septo. The job's yours to keep. Now get some sleep, girl. So Molly lay down, and she did sleep that night. And in the morning, King Mop and Molly started their new year in the great castle of Straw Bungle together. And when the year had turned round and Molly went back to the hiring fair to seek work again, she told her brothers and sisters the story. So maybe you can see if you can remember the names of those things, or make some of your own and go and try them on someone else. Bye.